Okay, hello, welcome to Tiger Ace. So today I'll be doing a presentation. So it's part 2.4 for Operation Mars. So analyzing Operation Mars, part 2.4. A more detailed plan of 41st Army Kalinin Front. Presented by Tiger Ace. So the source is the Zhukov Greatest Defeat by David M. Glass. So it's a book. So if evening 24 November 1942, so 105,000 men and over 400 tanks of 41st Army were completing their offensive preparation. So over 200 tanks of 1st Mechanized Corps were carefully negotiating the almost totally frozen swamps which stretched from the rear area to the core final assembly area. So the difficulty for 41st Army attacking the Bay sector. So although 41st Army had no river to assault across compared to 20 Army in the Western Front, because the 20 Army in the Western Front had to assault across the Vazuza River. You can refer to my previous part on the attack plan of 20 Army. So although it does not have a river to assault across, its attack sector was hemmed by miserable terrain located just to the southwest of Bay. So this is the 41st Army, the Kalinin Front, so they have to attack the Bay sector. So the thing is that its attack sectors were hemmed by the miserable terrain. So this area was quite bad. The terrain was quite bad because I think it was like forest and swamp. I think it was like mainly swamp. Also the communication line and the supply line around here is very bad. Yeah. So a few weeks ago, so this is the map. So for weeks, 41st Army had postured for possible attack further south through better terrain, obstruct the major route network leading from the front southward towards I don't know how to pronounce. So this is the Bay sector. So this is this city. So the 41st Army they were thinking of attacking around this area rather than here, because in the north nearer to the Bay sector the terrain was quite bad whereas the terrain here is a lot better Yeah, so you can read this. So I think the terrain here is better, the route network here is also better So there both 41st and the 43 Army have simulated the concentration of troops and armor in the hopes that the Germans who weakened their defenses in the Bay sector. So the 43 Army and the 41st Army they were thinking of coordinating attack through this area rather than making a breakthrough here But of course they eventually decided to make a breakthrough here By the way, the black arrow here represent the Germans counter attacks So the German had this favorite defensive tactics when it comes to dealing with Soviet armor penetration. When dealing with Soviet penetration, they would like to attack from both side of the they would like to attack from this side and this side of the penetration area So by doing that, they can penetrate and crush the pocket They can basically, if they manage to penetrate and attack here, then they could pocket the Soviet breakthrough groups around here Yeah. So the black one represent the Germans counter attack. The white one represent the Soviet penetration So this one represent the deep battle operation. So the 41st Army they plan to breach through this area. Then they conduct deep battle operation and eventually meet up with the 20 Army from the east So by doing that, they will basically encircle the Rojev salient Yeah. So this is the base of the Rojev salient So they plan to the 41st and the 20 Army they plan to coordinate an attack and basically attack the base of the Rojev salient Yeah. So okay then yeah. So the 41st Army, then this is the 1st Mechanized Corps, then this is the 6th Rifle Corps So these three are the important groups in this offensive Yeah. So commanders involved. So there were 3 commanders involved in this area. First is Tarasov, so he was in charge of the 41st Army. Then after that is the S.I. Poverkina. So he's the commander for the 6th Stalin Volunteer Siberian Rifle Corps. So this is the 6th Rifle Corps. And there is M.D. Solomatin. So he's in charge of the first Mechanized Corps. So the Soviets hope the stronger Mechanized Corps, which possess a better balance of tank and motorized infantry than the older tank corps, will be capable of better sustaining the operations. So during Operation Barbarossa, the Soviets had very large tank formations, but they were very unwieldy. That's why they have changed. They convert to a mechanized corps, which is a lot more balanced. So they have some so this is the first mechanized corps. So if you can see, the first mechanized corps consists of many mobile brigades and regiments. For example, they have the first mechanized corps is the 19th mechanized brigade, the 3rd 10th regiment, the 37th mechanized brigade, the 4th 10th regiment, and a bunch of mobile units in this first mechanized corps. So they have a better balance of tank and motorized infantry. So they plan to, after the breakthrough, then the first mechanized corps will conduct the operation and eventually link up with the 2nd Army from the east. So the misgiving of Tarasov Part 1. So initially he was assigned 2 mechanized corps, 1st and 2nd, to break through the German defenses south of Bay, exploit to the east and north, and link up with the 20th Army from the Western Front at the base of Rojev Salient. Now he had only 1 mechanized corps, which was Solomatin, to do the job, because I think Zhukov decided to make a last minute change. Zhukov decided to make the last minute change. So Zhukov was the coordinator of Operation Mars. So the Kalinin Front was commanded by I can't remember his name. Start with P1. I think Purkayev. I can't remember. It's the Western Front. I can't remember the name. But then the Western Front was commanded by Ivan Konyev. So you can check my previous episode on his role. So Zhukov decided to make a last minute change, and he decided to give the 2nd mechanized corps to another army which was responsible for a diversionary attack on Veliki Luki. Veliki Luki is somewhere. Veliki Luki was located far to the west of Bay. So now he only has 1 mechanized corps, which was Solomatin, the first mechanized corps, to do the job of exploitation. He still planned to use Poverkin Rifle Corps. Basically, this was the 6th Siberian Rifle Corps, Siberian Volunteer Rifle Corps. So he planned to use the Rifle Corps to penetrate the German tactical defense. Then Solomatin corps, who then exploit to the west to perform its primary function of linking up with the Army's mobile forces. So the misgiving, Tarasov, he was the overall commander of the 41st Army. So the question was, how could Solomatin protect his southern flank from German counterattack? Because once the first mechanized corps started to exploit and move to the and advance further into the east, then the German armored formation will start the counter attack from this direction. So the German armored formation will start to, because Bottom Model have some Panzer division in reserve around here, so he will start a armor counter attack against the southern flank of Solomatin first mechanized corps. So how could Solomatin protect his southern flank from German counter attack and assist the Soviet infantry in encircling the German forces at Bayi, while still performing his primary function, his primary mission, which was to link up to the 20th Army. So the goal of Solomatin first mechanized corps was to link up with the 20th Army from the east. Basically the 20th Army was from western. The 20th Army was responsible for attacking the eastern eastern face of the Rjev salient, whereas the Kalinin Front is responsible for attacking the western part of the Rjev salient. So Zhukov provided a tentative solution when he took the 2nd Mechanized Corps away from 41st Army. So he had reassigned two separate mechanized brigade, 47 and 48, to Tarasov, which is these two. Yeah, look at where my laser pointer is pointing. But that complicates matter. So part 3 of his misgiving. So Solomatin won the 48 and 47 mechanized brigade for his first mechanized corps, but Tarasov argued that the ensuing forces of 10 mobile brigades and regiments would be too large for him to control. So besides, Tarasov wanted to hold 2 brigades, the 48 and 47, as an army reserve to employ at the most propitious moment during the offensive. So in the end, Tarasov he prevailed. So consequently, Solomatin developed multiple plans for his corps and never really had a clear idea on how to perform his primary mission, because the primary mission of the 1st Mechanized Corps under Solomatin was to link up with the 20 Army from Western Front. Okay, so the attack plan of 41st Army. So the army forces had to assemble for the attack in the miserable terrain west of Bay, and then attack well-prepared German defenses along a key route running northward into Bay. So this is the route. This is the route running to Bay, and artillery that the Germans had clung to tenaciously throughout a vicious fighting the previous winter. So this is the route going to Bay. So the goal of 41st Army is to capture this route. So this is the first defensive line. So communication west of the route. Were terrible, and that made the Soviet supply build-up and force concentration extremely difficult. So you can see a lot of Soviet forces concentrated around here. Yeah, but they were in very bad terrain because this area was quite swampy. The Germans had cut down the forest to a distance of up to 2 kilometers along both sides of the route to provide better visibility and field of fire. So along this route, the Germans have cut down the trees on both sides to provide better field of fire, because they are going to defend this route vigorously. So the Germans had converted all the interminable villages that line the route into veritable fortresses, anchoring their initial defensive line. So this is the first defensive line of the German. So just to the east of the route was the Vishaka River. So the Vishaka River is around here. You look at where my laser pointer is pointing. So although the rivers was fordable and frozen, it is sharply descending banks, and adjacent swamps also form major obstacles for both the infantry and tanks. So I believe the swamps is around here. There are some swamps, then there are some forests around here. So this is the river where the river is located. So after the Soviet break through the Red Line, which was the first defensive line along this important route into Bay, the Soviets also have to overcome another obstacle, which was the river around here, and the swamps. The swamps also makes it very difficult for tanks and infantry. So compounding the obstacle value of the river, to the east lay a dense network of fortified villages in open countries and along the fringe of a major forest that stretch further to the east. So this is all the fortified village. So there was a dense network of fortified village. So the forest is around here. So they were located along the fringe of a major forest that stretch further to the east. So Soviet forces who have to penetrate this fortified defensive belt and the forest before they could reach the next open terrain, which lay along the Nacha and Robustino river further to the east. So these two rivers are not shown on this map. They are further to the east, which I'll show you later. The Soviet initial objectives for deep battle operations. So the objectives were located beyond the Nacha, along a German communication route running to Bay from the southeast from the village of and railway station of Vladimirsky. So Vladimirsky is this is located here. So the communication route is basically from Bay all the way until, you can see this black line, this is the route. So this is the communication route from Bay all the way until this area called Vladimirsky, which has a village and rail station. So intelligence detect a second German defensive belt along this river, the Nacha and Robustino. So this is the Nacha river, then this is the Robustino river. So you see where my laser pointer is pointing. So this is the second defensive line along the river. So the first defensive line is around here. The second defensive line is around here. Then there's a river. Then there's some fortified village around here. Then there's a forest. So you can see a lot of obstacles for the Soviet to overcome. Terrain consideration and associated German defenses made this Vladimirsky the focus of all three commanders' attention. So this is the most important because by capturing this, they are basically capturing an important communication route from here to Bay. So by capturing this, then they can cut off communication to Bay and prevent reinforcement from elsewhere. So this is the Nacha river. This is Vladimirsky, the Vladimirsky. And this yellow part is the communication route running to Bay from the southeast. So this is the communication route running from here to Bay. And this is the Robustino river. So the second defensive line were located there. So by the night of 24th November 1942, because Operation Mars, I believe, started on 25 November. Let me check my source. So Operation Mars started on 25 November. So this is the night before the offensive started. So Tarasov, Pokovin, and Solomatin, they had reached agreement on the plan for doing so. So the 6th Soviet Volunteer Siberian Rifle Corps, which is here, they will initiate the penetration after an extensive artillery preparation by Tarasov, which is 41st Army, like 12 artillery regiments have pulverized the German forward defenses. So this part is where they started to penetrate the German tactical defense zone. So the penetration is initiated by the rifle corps of which is this, the 6th Rifle Corps. They will start the penetration now. After the artillery bombardment by the 41st Army, like artillery regiment. So Army intelligence has determined that a single regiment of the German 246 infantry division defended in the intended main attack sector, backed by an understrength motorized regiment of unknown destination in camps east of Bay, and some mobile reserve probably positioned around the communication route near Vladimirsky. So the German 246 infantry division is here. This is the 246 infantry division. So they are defending this area. And the single regiment is the 352 infantry regiment. So there were some like there was an understrength motorized regiment which was located like somewhere off this map, somewhere in the east of Bay, and some mobile reserve along this communication. So this is the important communication route into Bay, which the commanders were planning to capture. So there was some like mobile reserve along the communication route here. So this is the German 352 infantry regiment that was defending this area. So Pokovin is the commander of the 6th Rifle Corps. So this is his plan for when it comes to penetrating the tactical defense of the German. So under the 6th Siberian Volunteer Rifle Corps, he planned to commit the 150 Rifle Division, which is this one, against the strongest German sector just south of Bay, the 75 and 74 Rifle Brigades against the German forces defending further south. So the 75 Rifle Brigade and the 74 Rifle Brigade. So all these were under the 6th Rifle Corps. So then the 78 and the 91st Rifle Brigades were in second echelon, ready to cooperate with the exploiting mobile forces and widen and deepen the breach in the German defense. So the 78 and 91st Rifle Brigades, this is the 78 Rifle Brigades, and this is the and this is the 78 Rifle Brigade is here. Then the 91st Rifle Brigade is here lah. So they were in the second echelon lah. So the exploiting mobile force were basically all the, you can see all the symbol, all the 37 mechanized brigade, the 19 mechanized brigade, the 48 mechanized brigade. So all these are the mobile forces under the 1st mechanized corps lah. So you can see a lot of mobile forces were around here in this area. Yeah, so 74, 75, 150. So this is the first echelon, and the second echelon is the 91st and the 78 Rifle Brigade. So on the right flank, the 17 Guards Rifle Division, who sees the Maksim Front, 2nd Luftwaffe Field Division defenders robbed the German defenses in the south and covered the 41st Army right front as it advanced into depths of the German defense. So this is the 17 Guards Rifle Division, and this is the objective, and this is the 2nd Luftwaffe Field Division defenders. So the goal is to cover the right flank of the 41st Army advance, because they were expecting a counter attack from the German in this direction. So the German Panzer Division might be located here, and they might basically attack the right side of their penetration. So Solomatin plan. So the 1st Mechanized Corps of Solomatin was ready to roll up the Germans after the breach in their tactical defense zone. So Solomatin had 2 variants for committing its Mechanized Corps. Okay, 2 variants. If Poverkin broke cleanly through the German forward defenses, so Poverkin is the commander of the 6th Siberian Volunteer Rifle Corps. After he broke through the tactical defense of the German forward defense, he planned to lead his advance with 3 mechanized brigades, each spearheaded by its own 10 regiment, around the same size as brigade. For example, the 4th 10 regiment. So this 10 regiment will have infantry assaulting on board the tank. So the first one is the 37 mechanized brigade. Second one is the 35 mechanized brigade, and last one is the 19 mechanized brigade. So in this case, his 210 brigade who advanced in corps 2nd echelon behind the flanks of his advancing force and ready to maneuver at any moment to exploit the mechanized brigade success. So the first one was the 219 10 brigade and the 65 10 brigade. So this is the 2nd echelon, then this is the 1st echelon. So just like what I talked about is the first variant for committing his mechanized corps. What about the second variant? So in the event that the 6th Rifle Corps, the 6th Siberian Volunteer Rifle Corps, failed to breach through the German tactical defense. So in the event of strong initial German resistance, Solomatin planned to attack with a single mechanized brigade led by his 10 regiment in the center and 2 10 brigades on the flank. His remaining 2 mechanized brigades will remain in 2nd echelon and follow the attacking tank brigades. So this is the single mechanized brigade. So he planned to attack with this formation. So this is the 1st echelon. So 1st echelon will consist of the 35 mechanized brigade here, and led by the 10 regiment in the center and the 2 10 brigades on the flank. Then the 2nd echelon will consist of his other 2 mechanized brigade, which is the 37 mechanized brigade and 19 mechanized brigade. They will remain in 2nd echelon and follow the attacking 10 brigade, which is this and this. In both variants, the corps lead brigades were to cross the Nacha River and seize Shakovo, Vladimirsky and Matrionino by the end of the 3rd day of the operation. So first one is capture Shapokovo by the 19th mechanized brigade, and second is Vladimirsky captured by the 35 mechanized brigade, and Matrionino captured by the 37 mechanized brigade. So this is the objective. You can see the word objective D+2. So they want to capture this area. So by doing that, they are able to capture the important communication route here lah into Bay. At that point, given the wide dispersion of his brigades, Solomatin hoped that Tarasov, which was the commander of the 41st Army, he hoped that he would have already relinquished the two fresh separate mechanized brigade 48 and 47 to his control, because these two were currently kept by Tarasov under his army reserve. So he hoped that by the time he had like reached this stage, he can unleash these two mechanized brigade further eastward in order to perform his primary mission of linking up with the 20 Army from Western Front. So by the time he has captured this area, by the time the breach has widened to this point, he hoped that he will have extra two mechanized brigade to further exploit to the east and link up with the 20 Army from the west, from the east, because the goal is to encircle the Rojev salient. We have to remember what is the primary mission of the 1st Mechanized Corps. The primary mission of the 1st Mechanized Corps is to link up with the 20 Army from Western Front. On the other hand, Solomatin was pleased that Tarasov had assigned the bulk of the Army 6 anti-tank artillery regiments to his corps. So this will be useful against the German armor counter attack from both sides of the. So the German, once the breach happened, the German armor counter attack will come from here and also will come from here. You see where my laser pointer is pointing. It will come from here and come from here. So you need the anti-tank to deal with the armor counter-attack. So this is the end for the 41st Army plan to attack the Rojev salient. So this was the Kalinin Front. So hope you like and subscribe. And if you have any question, you can post in the comment section. Thank you very much.